Clothes may make the man, but these duds put the bad in badass. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 female supervillain costumes. Think you know the Caped Crusader? Click here to take the new Batman trivia quiz on WatchMojo.com. It's pretty hard, but get it right and you could win a collectible box from Culturefly, loaded with exclusive Batman toys, accessories, and apparel. Click here or follow the link in the description. For this list, we'll be ranking the most iconic, impressive, or otherwise classic-looking costumes worn by female supervillains. We'll be focusing our criteria on the comic book iterations of these characters. We won't be including Catwoman, though, as her moral compass is a bit too complex to be considered totally villainous. Number 10. Enchantress, Marvel. Who said that leggings aren't pants? Don't tell that to Marvel's Enchantress, who's been rocking the look off and on since first debuting back in 1964. This sinister and sensual sorceress, also known as Amora, certainly knows how to make a first impression, as evidenced by her OG costume of green and black leggings, meshed with matching arm bracers, breastplate, and headband. Different artists have drawn Amora differently over the years, but the color green has remained synonymous with the character to this day, as iconic as Enchantress's mane of long, flowing blonde hair. Number 9. Morgaine le Fey. We move from one sorceress to another, this time taken from the legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Morgaine le Fey is one of the most powerful magic users next to Merlin in this universe, a fact which made her a natural fit for DC Comics. Headgear is a key visual focus for Morgaine le Fey, and she's often depicted sporting battle armor, a swirling cape, and an imposing, mysterious crown. Le Fey's intimidating presence reflects her status as a master of the black arts, and her choice of attire proves that it's important to dress for success. Number 8. New 52 Cheetah. There have been 4 people to take up the moniker of Cheetah, but their costumes haven't really changed all too much. Priscilla Rich was the first, but the character's debut look was somewhat obvious, as it was basically just a woman in a cheetah print suit. This costume idea seemed to stick, however, with artists tinkering slightly with Cheetah's look as she matured throughout the 80s and 90s. The second Cheetah, Deborah Domain, wore a slightly more sexed up suit which seemed slightly reminiscent of Catwoman, but the new 52 incarnation, Barbara Ann Minerva's look, is a bit more suited for battle in what is a totally badass redesign. The less said about Sebastian Ballesteros' Cheetah, however, the better. Number 7. Killer Frost. Sometimes a great costume isn't so much about the cut or design, but about the color palette. Case in point, Killer Frost, who has remained a true blue enemy of Firestorm and the Flash ever since debuting back in 1978. Freezing cold blues, blacks, and whites have remained a near constant for Killer Frost, whether it be Crystal Frost's Ice Queen getup, Louise Lincoln's snow boots and singlet, or Caitlin Snow's sleek, modernized look. They've all been striking, captivating, and impossible to ignore, giving Killer Frost a definite edge to other supervillains when it comes to the style department. Number 6. Mystique. There are few female supervillains as visually striking as the mysterious and otherworldly enigma known as Mystique. She's a shapeshifter and can appear as virtually anyone, right down to the most specific and minute details. As such, Mystique has changed costumes, appearances, and even genders many times, making it difficult to pin down one specifically classic set of attire. It's Mystique's natural look that wins us over, however, as this centuries-year-old mutant stands out in a crowd with her bright blue skin and illuminating yellow eyes. This look has proven to be a constant with regards to Mystique, not only in the comics, but also in her appearances within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 5. Poison Ivy. The color green is often associated with a wide variety of things, from life and nature to envy and greed. When it comes to the world of female supervillains, however, green usually brings to mind one very unique foe, Poison Ivy. Ivy is most often depicted wearing green tights and boots, along with a breastplate or bustier, the latter usually colored a deeper shade of green. This contrasts wonderfully with her flowing red hair and the delicate vines which often decorate her head and arms. Simply put, Poison Ivy is remarkably put together from head to toe, and it's this striking and seductive appearance which makes her all the more deadly as an enemy. Number 4. Emma Frost. We've covered a wide variety of costumes thus far, with some making more sense for battle than others. When it comes to Emma Frost and her personal style, however, we can only think of one word to best describe it: sexy. Disarming probably doesn't even begin to describe the arresting look favored by this powerful telepath, as Emma Frost is supremely confident in how she dresses and how she carries herself. The White Queen often pairs midriff-bearing tops with long, flowing capes, and she isn't afraid to show a little leg either, often being drawn wearing thigh-high white boots and curve-enhancing corsets. One thing's for sure, once you meet Emma Frost, you never forget her. Number 3. Hela. We move away from high fashion for a moment, focusing instead on a more realistic set of apparel fit for a queen, the queen of the underworld. Hela is one of Thor's greatest foes, the Asgardian goddess of death, whose look inspires both fear and awe from all those who cross her path. Hela actually isn't that dissimilar from Loki's classic design, in that both characters tend to favor green battle armor, extravagant capes, and larger-than-life headgear. Sure, it's true that some artists have sexed up Hela's image a bit over the years, but this doesn't mean that this supervillain is any less intimidating or powerful. She just happens to look good while doing it. Number 2. Dark Phoenix. Jean Grey may be a beloved, founding member of the X-Men, but for this list, we're going to focus on her deliciously evil, complex role as the Dark Phoenix. This fan-favorite supervillain first captured the imaginations of readers in the late 70s and 80s, when the Phoenix Force possessed and corrupted one of Marvel's most classic characters. As the Dark Phoenix, Jean Grey's appearance shifts from a classic spandex bodysuit to something a bit more fitting to the former's fiery, destructive evil. Blacks, yellows, and deep reds highlight Jean Grey's new look under the Phoenix Force, while her eyes burn with an intensity equal to her near unimaginable power. Number 1. Harley Quinn. Today, Harley Quinn enjoys her status as one of the most instantly recognizable characters in comics. She actually made her debut in Batman, the animated series, however, sporting her first, best, and most iconic look. Harley's status as the Joker's main mole was punctuated by a classic costume, a gorgeous black and red Harlequin costume, complete with a wonderfully ridiculous headpiece. Harley has been portrayed in comics, television, and film in a variety of ways since then, but for our money, her first look is still the best, an iconic costume for one of the comic world's most popular villains.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.